Owen. I'm going to make soft pretzels. So what you'll need is 2/3 cup of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of oil, 4½ cups of flour, 1 1/2 cups of water, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 packet of active dry yeast. Now, I use fast rising yeast for bread and that kind of stuff, so you can get it in one day. But this is active dry yeast, and that's what you want to get. Also, I have tiny whisk. Okay, back to the video. So we'll be mixing the water in, the sugar, the salt, and then you want to mix that all together. Now we're going to add the 1 packet of yeast, active dry yeast. You just want to add it in. And you kind of want to get all the little bits absorbed into it. Now what you want to do is that you just want to leave that there for 5 minutes. I've just waited 5 minutes for my yeast mixture to bloom. We're going to dump this into a bigger bowl. Then we're going to get our flour, our 4½ cups of flour. Now I'm going to just mix this in. Now this dough mixture that you're making should be less on the wet side and more on the dry side. So after you have it at a pretty scraggly kind of dough mixture, I'm going to put this aside. Now all you got to do is we want to get in there with the hands. Get in there with the hands. So after we have this at a pretty good mixture, you want to get all the scraggly bits off your hands. So then I have some extra bench flour on the side. Now this is just beautiful. So next we're going to just knead it for a little bit. Now kneading. I'm going to show you a technique for kneading because some people say it's just really hard to do. And honestly, once you get the hang of it, it's really easy. And sometimes it can actually be fun. Now this mixture, it doesn't need as much kneading as, for example, rolls or cinnamon. I will get that into a next video. Possibly I'll do cinnamon rolls. So if you guys want to see cinnamon rolls, those kind of rolls, just please tell me because those upcoming months are perfect. So what you want to do is you want to twist it and then put one side up, fold it underneath and push with this hand. And then you want to continuously do that. So you're just folding it, pushing, fold, push, fold, push. That's one technique. Another technique is that you could do the heart method where you just go along with the palms. You just want to kind of knead that in. And like I said, this should be on the doughier side. So this looks good for the dough. So after you're done kneading, you can do the thing where you twist it between the edges of your hands, and it puts the nice stuff on top and puts all the scraggly bits on the bottom, so you got a presentable dough baby. And this is where your oil comes in. So you want to take your oil, you want to place your dough baby inside first, and then you want to kind of like lift it up a little bit from the bottom, pour a little bit down there, not too much, not all of it, and you want to pour the rest on top. Now this is going to make sure that it doesn't stick to your bowl while rising. And it'll also give the bowl, or the dough, a little bit more liquid to work into it. It gives it more flavor as well. You always want flavor. So then you just want to put a layer of plastic wrap on it, and you're going to let it rise for an hour. Been an hour with my dough rising. As you can see, it puffed up a little bit since last time. So what I just have here is a baking sheet with some parchment paper over it. Use parchment paper, not wax. Always use parchment if you're using oven. Wax is meant for the fridge. Take the paper covering off. This is my favorite part. You just get to punch it. It's the funnest part. You're going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on your surface, just so it won't stick. Then you just want to take your dough out. You guys just want to knead it out. Now, if your dough doesn't look smooth on top, and it looks a little deflated and off color, then I would restart your dough because the yeast is either not working or the yeast is dead. And yeast is actually a live thing, so when you're using it, you gotta make sure that the expiration date is on the key. Alright, so after this is done, we're gonna cut it. There you go, I got it. You wanna cut it in half first. See how this one looks a little smaller than the rest? And I'll just take a little piece out, and I'll just knead that in so it works well. So after you got your little dough babies ready, you want to set the rest off to the side. Sprinkle a little flour on them. Make sure that they don't harden. Because you don't want a crust on it. It makes it hard to work with. And then what you want to do with this one is that you just want to start rolling it. And if one part's thicker than the other, just work on that part and just kind of roll it out a little bit. So after you got a pretty decently long thing, make sure that the ends are even to the rest of the rope. Because you don't want fat ends. Never ends well. So then, the way that you make pretzels is that you put the around, and then you want to twist the top like this, and then you just want to press down on the little bud bits. There you go, you got a pretzel. Cute, soft, and you can stretch it out if you want. You want a big pretzel, my guest. You want a small pretzel, keep it as is. Hello, we're back. A new change of pace again. So right now we're on the stove top, and I got a pot of boiling water, and I got my 2/3 cup of the baking soda. So what you want to do with that is you want to add a little at a time, and you want to add it to your boiling water. Just want to add a little at a time. Now the baking soda, this gives the pretzels the nuttiness that you always get on the pretzels, on the soft pretzels. It helps all the time. It's kind of mandatory. You gotta do it with the soft pretzels. After you add all that, let that sit for a minute. Then I got all my gorgeous soft pretzels. So what you want to do is that you want to do at least two to three at a time, depending on how big your pot of water is. You just want to add them in. And then I have this kind of ladle. It has to have drains at the bottom for this. So you leave the soft pretzels in there for only 30 seconds or until they rose into the top of the water. So we're back. I just finished putting the baking soda and boiling water mixture. So after they're done, they will be a little bloated. So after that, you want to put an egg wash, just egg, just mixed egg. Just want to glaze on here. This is optional. You don't have to do it, but I like it because it gives a nice finish. That's a little brown. You also want to use a brush that has been clean and not used with paint or any other material. You see, like, one egg is good enough for a batch of 8. Now, I also have my oven preheated to 350. Now, you can go over with a second time with the egg wash, but I only like to do one time because it gets too eggy. So after that's done, we want to put sea salt. As I said, it's optional. You don't have to, but I like putting sea salt. I like doing flaky sea salt because it gives, I don't know who doesn't like a nice salty pretzel, but I love a nice salty pretzel. You want to sprinkle above that. Don't go too close because the closer you get, the more it's going to collect in one area. Kind of just want to hover over it. Now, we're done. So this is all your hard work. So you're going to put it in for 10 to 15 minutes in the oven. Just let it cool. Just let it do its stuff. Do not open the oven door. You just want to let them cool after they're cooked or baked, I guess you could say. And so yeah, that's my soft pretzel recipe, homemade. They taste amazing. They look great. So thank you guys so much.